All right, hey everybody, welcome. How are we all doing out there today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, got some. I just posted a little bit of kind of a mysterious tweet. I don't know if you guys had a chance to catch it out there, but I did just post a tweet. Now, listen, I have been watching, and listen, it's you can't be wrong all the time, right? And I definitely am not going to ever say that I'm wrong all the time. I was immediately removed from the wrong all the time list the second I did get married. I immediately was stricken, banned, whatever you want to call it, from every single he is always right list. That's just what happens the second you do get married. There's an alert that goes out worldwide. They pretty much attach it to your passport. Every time you travel into another country, they feel sorry for you as they let you into that country. You guys, all you married guys out there, pretty much understand the dilemma that we are all living, right? Bad life choices made even worse, right? So here I am, married guy, trying to do my best as I carve my way through this cold, cold world. Listen. I have been watching this, and I put a little bit of a tweet out right now. Don't be the one that gets hit by the stop sign here. We've had a lot of hopium that's been going on over the last, I don't know, 3 months really, right? We've had 3 months of pretty much a great run, right? We've had really, 3 months of a really nice run. Had a lot of alts popping this all through February. And if you go back through my tweets, you guys get a chance to take a look at that where I said, hey, February's got a chance, right? So, I said February's got a chance because we didn't have that monthly cross. And yes, we do have that monthly cross. Yes, DK says, I got a girl who moved in with her. DK, listen, I'm going to just go, it's easy to make a call on your relationship. Here's DK right here. There he is. He said, I got a girl who moved in with her, been together for 3 years now. I'm going to get married. We're going to go, we're going to pull a short on your happiness. Okay, so everybody, I'm going to propose a 10x short on your happiness. Also, I'm going to do a 25x short on how much you get laid after you get married. Okay, so it's not looking good for you, buddy. Sorry. This is the way it goes, right? You call us in 5 years and then you can pay me off for my short, all right? So here we are. Listen, this hasn't taken a shit yet. I mean, it just hasn't. Hasn't taken a notable or an acceptable dive for me yet. We haven't made a move up. We haven't made a move down. But listen, the longer that we move sideways here, I am more bearish, right? I am definitely more bearish as we move sideways. I need to see, right, a break of 4,200. I need to see it. I need to see it from the bulls right now. We've had a hell of a run, and here's a bunch of the signs that I've been looking at as we've been marching through this whole consolidation period right here. Okay, number one, we still got this bearish cross, and that 54.40 still my top line right there. Okay, we have never been able to, pretty much in the entirety of the bear market, where the bear market was a complete confirmation, been able to cross and close over the 7MA. There it is. There's the 7MA and the monthly. Right? Can you poke through it? Sure, you can poke through it, right? In order to see a bull market, we need to be on the top side of this 7MA, right? And, today is, got a long time left in this month, boys and girls, long time. Today is March 11th, right? There's our little candle right there. We're a third of the way done with this month right here. Not a bad candle. This is not bad. I wouldn't say this is a bad candle. This is nothing to write home about. Now if we were already up to this level right here, it'd be like, whoa, super bullish, right? We've really kind of, the candles that we've put in this, and I want to say consolidation, not accumulation. Okay, I'm going to say consolidation, not accumulation, has been, I want a lot of people are looking at this as an Adam and Eve bottom. Okay, a lot of people are looking this position here as an Adam and Eve bottom. This isn't really what I want to see out of a bottom, right? I want to see a V bottom. That's what I want. I would show me a V bottom, okay? Show me a nice V bottom, and I'll actually be a lot happier with it, right? You go all the way back here, okay? Now this is a V bottom. Look at that, bam, right? Sweet, this is great. You know, this is a V bottom. That is a V bottom right there, right? What we've done so far, no matter how you stretch it out, is not, this is not a V bottom, people. That's not, look, I can stretch it farther. Does that help? Does that make it any better? How's that? It's still not a V bottom, right? That is not a V bottom right there. To me, this is still a consolidation bottom, not an accumulation bottom. Right, and I see a lot of people like you know, for me, you got to get way back up here, right? But a break, very simple, a break, a close, and a reopen on the monthly time frame above the 7 AMA would be extremely bullish, right? I would have a really heavy bias change if that were to happen, right? So here we are. This is the baby bull Jesus, came up, closed above it, right? So we closed an entire candle. So we closed here above it, open, held one full candle above it, came back down, tested the 50, but it was pretty, you know, over the true time frame of crypto. This was, you know, this was sucked back up real quick, right? Once it got back up over, look, close over, and then the rest is all just, you know, rainbows and unicorns and Lambos and everything else that occurred here. And listen, let me show you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all. You just can't even count how many candles above the 7 MA over there, right? Just a gazillion candles. Below the 7 MA over here, we really had, you know, we got a peak over there, but you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And I would call this, so you basically had 13 candles to this bear market over here before the bear market puttered out into this multi-year bull run. All right. Now, we have definitely put in a lot of bearish candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 on our 12th below the 7 MA. We're actually 12 candles below the 7 MA, completely below the 7 MA. You could possibly count this at 13, but this started really high, right? So that gives a lot of precedence to this 7 MA. Now, it's going to be a lot easier next month, a lot easier to cross over this 7 MA. It's going to come all the way down here to 4100 practically, 4115, right? In 20 odd days, 20 and change, you're going to be right down here and you're going to be parked at 4100. It's going to be really easy to get on top of this. Now, in this market, we've never touched the monthly 50 MA. Okay, that just, it hasn't happened yet. But I want to go down, I want to take a look. Here is your weekly. Okay, we just closed a weekly, we just closed out a new weekly candle. Now, to me, this was not bad volume. This is not bad. This is neutral-ish volume to me. In the local, or I mean, this is like super micro look at this. This is a very minuscule micro to a neutral trend. In the macro, this is a bearish trend. Okay, in the macro, you are actually bearishly trending because the volume is going low. Now, take a look at this candle we had right here. Take a look at this weekly candle. And you can see how low our volumes kind of sunk and sunk and sunk and sunk and sunk. And then we finally just fell off that cliff right there. Right? We finally fell off that cliff. I mean, last time we got down to this volume level, right? You had this low volume spike. All right, low volume spike. You saw bearish divergence on the weekly. We topped out, and then the following candle was doom and gloom, and we found ourselves where we are today. Our volume seems to be playing out technically in a very auspicious pattern that resembles what happened last time, right? We just can't put in some more bullish candles on the time frame. Take a look. We put in this huge candle, beautiful volume candle, probably one of the most atrocious candles we could see. Now, in all honesty, this weekly candle, even though it is a shooting star candle and a very ugly weekly candle to put in, this is still a kind of a pin bar candle, right? It is at the top of the trend, so that does make it, I would say, 60, 40, 70, 30, a bearish candle, okay? But you see that the volume has died off, so this is either a bullish slash bullish pin bar or a bullish fakey pin bar, okay? On that weekly candle over there. Now, if you go back all the way back yonder to the time of Baby Bull Jesus, there's that very similar candle and a very similar trend before we fell out. Now we put in a candle quasi like this 2 times back here. We actually put this in twice. We put it in once right here in November 2014. We then put it in again right here, excuse me, right here in February of 15. It's kind of like the same candle right there. It's got a little butt on it, little butt hanging, but you did put in that very kind of similar candle right there. Now you were below the 7 moving average on the weekly. You're pretty much below every single moving average of the weekly. Here is the 200. Now I don't have the 200 on that, but I'll bet you bottom dollar you had the 200 right below you, and you probably touched the 200 and bounced off it. Come back over here to the 200 MA, and there you go. Now we did find support in the 200. Beautiful bounce off. We actually did not hit the 200 right here. We did not hit the 200 a second time. So we did hit it a third time, or a second time at least, in the bear market. So I want to still test that 200. Listen, we hit the 200 one more time. We hold it, get a nice big bounce up. We'll come back, we'll reassess, and we'll talk about it. But I want to see this volume over here building, not down here. It needs to start a solid pattern of building up in order to be bullish. Now, a lot of people are talking about a inverted head and shoulders pattern over here. On the weekly, I don't see it. I don't see this inverted head and shoulders pattern on the weekly unless this is going to be, right? It doesn't show up on the weekly. Definitely looks more like an A and E, Adam and Eve bottom on the weekly. But a lot of people are pointing out that this looks like a inverted head and shoulders again for a second time on the weekly. I don't see it. It does show up over here. There's your first shoulder. There's your head, second shoulder, and then this is your final shoulder right here, looking for volume back up. Now let me tell you, usually what this indicates is a wave 3. So your 1, 2, this is your wave 3 here up, and that's what that shows. Usually this inverted head and shoulders is showing you a down, and then so this is like a wave 4, so 3, end of 3, 4, 5, then you're restarting 1, 2, and then this run back up, this other run back up here is technically your wave 3 for Elliott traders. That's where you get this huge push and pop out of here, and that's your wave 3 out. So usually on a wave 3, it is the longest and strongest wave that you do see. So you do see a nice buildup in volume there as that thing takes off. I just don't see the buildup in volume right here. I see bearish volume, if anything, on the 3-day. So the 3-day is showing me bearish volume here. It's not showing me bullish volume. And take a look at the 2-day. You see, now all of our moving averages are stacked up right below us. Look, 2-day, 3-day, weekly, everything is below us. Really here, the sky is the limit for the bulls. There is nothing. Look, it is solid air here. Nothing. Solid air. This is the only time frame. This is our 128-day moving average. When you do break this, this has been the actual bull and bear line for the entire since 2011, right? This is really the bull and bear line since 2011. I've always showed you that if you want to go ahead and pull that yellow line up, you'll see that you know when you're bullish and or bearish. This thing has told you exactly when the bull and or bear market is, the 128. It is the only line that is above us. There's nothing, right? You go to the 2-day, air, just nothing, forever. 3-day, you've got the 3-day, 4,300, nothing. This is just blue sky. Weekly, you've got the, what is that? That's not even, that's the 10 MA. Right? Or no, that's the 20 MA. This is the 20 MA. This isn't even like the, usually I have the 20 MA and the 10 MA on here also. But like there's nothing. Like there's the 10 MA 4K. Okay. And then your monthly, nothing all the way up to 4,500, right? So now these heavier timeline moving averages are coming crashing down upon you. They're moving their way down only on the heavy time frames. So once again, there's nothing above you on the lower time frames. There's nothing but air. You've got a free run, bulls. Free run. Right? That's it. You have a free run. There's nothing to stop you. Now, what does usually stop this? What happened was we fell so hard and so fast that all these moving averages are coming down, catching up again. So they're all chasing the price action down. They're all headed all the way down here on the higher time frames to catch up with the price action. Our challenge here is that once all of these moving averages do get spread out like this, this is actually when the price becomes vulnerable, right? When your moving averages are all spread out, that's when the price movement becomes vulnerable. And if you take a look, you have this consolidation, right? Look at all these moving averages on the 3-day all coming together. Really, that's what happens. You swoop down and they all bundle up, and look, they acted as resistance here. Price action just couldn't get through them. Came over here, they were all got these golden crosses. You got that extra little push up. They all worked as support. And now, if you really zoom in, once again, they are all separating. So you have the 3-day, all the moving averages separating. They're all starting to move and separate themselves apart. You don't have that huge cluster like right here where they all came together, right? All came together right here. You got this little cluster right here. And then daily, look at the daily. There's your daily again. Now this is your 10 and 20, but your 7, 30, 50, all spread out. Everybody's spread out. You see that. So you got to be really careful here because, when you get these consolidations of the moving averages, it just turns into a wall is all it is. It's just a wall, resistance and or support. Yeah, the 200 MA is so the 200 MA is parked all the way down to 3,400. All right, we're going to move on. I'm going to go ahead and let me pull this back to the monthly here. And we're going to pop that back up there. All right. So on the monthly, you do see, and on this trend line, you have a pretty good idea of where your resistance on the top side is over here on the monthly. 45.50 is our top side. You still got this wedge to work with. All right. Let's go back over to 3-day. Pull the 3-day time frame up over here. Okay. Listen, the volume is continuing to trend macro bearish. Okay, so macro trend here is still bearish. We do have the short call on the FX trader, so that's until 1 Bill's trading indicator, and it is still giving us a short. Now, very interesting on the short call right here. This is one of the longest durations we've had without the price action falling off. So you see, you take a look over here. I'm sorry. This is the second longest duration we've had before the price action fell out. So if you take a look over here, you had 1, 2, 3, price action fell out. You got your long call up. There was your short call. Now, this had a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then it finally died out. So you finally died out 16, after 16 3-day candles, this thing finally took a dump down to the lower level. So we never reclaimed the high here on this short call. Okay, we never reclaimed the high here on the short call. Now on the short call over here, you see that you were above both the 30 and the 7 moving average. Over here, the short call, you were on top and you used that 30 moving average as your resistance line on top. Every time it hit the 30, it just acted as resistance. Bang, 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 and then it just died. So now we're doing more like we did over here in the April. This was the April-May dump, right, where we had that double top. We're actually doing the same thing. We have all the support right now acting from this 30 MA and the 7 MA, so we've got all the support that's working from this. Even if we have a dump, look, we've come down here with dump. We test the 30 once. We've tested the 30 a few times over here, twice, almost 3 times, and then bounced off. And then if you go back into the past, you see how you came down. Look at that. Tested the 30, tested the 30, tested the 30. And then it took 1, 2, 3 hits on that 30 to finally get through it. We've put 2 hits on that 30. I would like to see a test of the 30. Now, if we can hit this 30 and this 30 can act as some real solid support and give us a push up, you do have your top side right there of this, the 50 MA. Right? And the last time we did hit the 50 MA was after a long call. So we had a long call. That long call boosted us up to the 50. One open and close above it, and then the rest is history. Couldn't close above it again. We used act as resistance, and then it never touched the 50 again. So we have not hit that 50 one more time. But there's that 50 moving average also. It's a great indication of how well these moving averages work and how they work as resistance. So to me, until we break this 3700 30 MA on the 3-day, right, we are still trapped in neutral movement. We're still trapped. And actually, this is a little bit more of a benefit to the bulls right here, because using that 30 MA, you can still get some nice bouncing action. And that bouncing and or sideways action is what has been giving all these alts their comeuppance. We've had a lot of really good comeuppance by the alts as they've been moving sideways. I will warn you though, that losing that the 30 MA at 37, what is that, 3730-ish, will basically take us to the final. 3730 is the shit. Lose this and game over. Right? And that's the 3-day 30 MA. Okay, so that's just a really critical place for us right now in this chart. And what I'll do is I will actually highlight this. Okay. And my chart pretty much tells the story right there, right? But what we're going to do is we're going to say 3-day 30 MA must hold. All right, I'm going to clone that up. Yeah, let me throw a price thingy on it. Yep, man. Nope. Well, we want to slide this down. All right, there we go. All right, now we did close that gap, so we also did see that we closed the gap out. So we did close the gap out. Listen, we ran up into a cluster of all these moving Fibonacci levels, so we ran up into all these fibs. We did hit the vamp fib 1914. If you don't use it, don't believe in it, I highly advise that you do get to know it at least. At least recognize the 1914. You should be using the 1914. Okay. So that's I highly recommend it. Now, we did not hit this higher 236, which is a little bit higher here. I would have liked to have gotten. I still would like to get one last little push up. All of our moving averages. So here's all our moving averages as they've been moving sideways. Through time, you can see where all your support levels are. You've still got a ton of support right here in this 38.40, 38.39. You've got the 30 MA and the 6 hour, 38.17. You've got a ton of support. This is not a bullish cross right here. It's not a bullish cross. So 3800, you're pretty much stacked in the 3800 range right now for the bulls. So this is good for the bulls because you've got a lot of moving averages that are stacked on all these time frames right here for the bulls, right? And so the 3800s are stacked with support. All right. All right, we're going to go up in the 2 and the 3 day. There's your 3 day, 2 day is at 38.44. 3 day, 38.70, right? And then there's your 3700. So you got your 3700, 36.84, 37.21. This is your 3 day. There's your 3 day right there that you've got to hold, right? I want to change that up. Let's make that black, make that white. There we go. So that's your 3 day you got to hold. There's your 30 on your weekly. You got to, I'm sorry, your 7 AMA, 370. 3700, and then it gets super ugly all the way over on the monthly. So the monthly's really in no man's land. It hasn't touched the 50 MA, still bouncing between the 50 and the 30. We have never touched the 30 MA, the 50 MA. Have never touched the 50 MA all the way over here on the monthly. Here's our Bollinger Bands. You can see our Bollinger Bands. Still a little tight here, tightening up on the 1 day. 12 hours still tight. There you go, 38.20, 38.50, all that support right there. 3700's your next level of support, right? But you know, you get down here to the 3700 level, and really that's where your shit gets really scary, right? Shit gets real scary. But on the top side, take a look. 4,000 is pretty much, there's your daily 4,025, 4,040, 4113. You have a lot of resistance, and you've done a lot of running here and banging on the top side. You have the short call in the 3 day. You just got the short call on the 6 hour also. So we did just get a short call on the 6 hour Bollinger Band. Let me pull this off. This is our Gaussian trend line. All right, so the Gaussian trend line tells us a story. And the story of the Gaussian trend line is there's nothing really below us, right? If you break that 70, right? We talked about that 3,700 range, right? That 3,700. Oop, oop, oop. Oh, shit. Hold on a second. There we go. So you see that 3,700 range right there. You break that 3,700 and it's all over, right? 3,790, 3,772. That's your 3 day. That's your 12 hour. So your Gauss, but on the bull side, there's nothing above the bulls, right? Look at this, all air. 4,200 free run. 4360 free run, 44 what is that, 44.30 free run, 44.20 free run. There is nothing. This is just saying, this is teasing the bulls. It's saying, come on, come here and get this. It's all yours, daddy. Come get this, right? This is like a big, wet, fat, you get it, you get it. It's just begging for it, right? There's nothing above it. Your support right there. Look at you, packed your support right on the 2-day at that 38.56. You came down and just nosed it, and it is working as support still. So you still have that support right there. There's nothing below right here. Right, there's your steer. You have that 37.90 right there on your 12-hour and your 37.74. Like I said, the number is 37.30. You don't want to lose 37.30. Bulls do not want to lose 37.30. Open sky above. All right. Now, the most important chart that I have right here, this is our TDI indicator. TDI on the 12-hour hit the mean line, trying to roll over bearish. Daily, trying to roll bearish. This is the 2-day. Okay, and this is the 3-day right here. It's it, people. This is it. Either this is going to change the trend of what has happened for the last year, and it's going to change it right here, right now, and it's going to make this bullish, and or it's going to be just like it was back in the day. This is just going to fall. It's going to fall out. I mean, we're like, the clock is ticking. Like, there's no bullshit here. The clock is ticking. All right, and that's it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts right now. Either this baby is going to completely change the trend, and this is going to go bullish, right? You're going to get a huge bullish push right here, and this is going to make this bullish by breaking this to this the top Bollinger Band, by pushing this up to the next level. Because look, every time you had lower, this thing closed lower, it had a higher price action in the bull market. Lower close, higher price in the bull market, right? In the bear markets, this thing has been just super, super bearish, right? Look at these, look at the, I mean, these are insanely high, right? Super bullish, super bullish. Even right here, you had, this was bullish right here, right? Even right now, this was bearish, this was bullish, right? This was just a catastrophe, okay? And then we all know what happened there. But if you go back to 2014 and 2015, like, this is exactly what happened back in 2014 and 2015. And there it is right there. There's the one drop. This is found us baby bull Jesus, which is right there. This is the second drop to test the second time we tested the 200 MA. Right, we came back. This is our second drop to test the 200 MA right here. Once we tested the 200 MA, then this did confirm and start the bull market. Okay, this is what I'm watching. This is the most important thing. I am leaving this running on the daily chart because this action that is playing out is very, very important, right? And if this 2-day rolls over on us, like it rolled over on us back in 2014 and 2015. This was a pretty ugly rollover on both of these. This was capitulation, and this was the second test before the bull market was confirmed. So which one is this? Is this going to be our capitulation rollover here? Or is this going to be a complete trend change to the side of the bulls? Also, looking at this, let me show you something. Okay, this was the bear market. Okay, this was the bear market right here. Everything pretty much below, and I'll show you right here. We'll actually go right in here. So everything in this area was the bear market. I'm going to mark it red. Let's fill this baby up red a little bit. Okay. That was the bear market. This was the bull market. Okay, we're going to change this to green. That's the bull market. I'm going to clone this. And then take a look. There you go. You see that you're doing the same inverse reaction here. Bull market, bear market again. Now, a full run up, a second run up here. See, there was your full run up, your true run up, right? Let me get rid of these things. Okay. All right, so you see that in this first run up you had right here, okay, there's your first run up, and then down to capitulation, right? Down once, bounce, down for capitulation, then you had your second retracement for your test of the bottom, and then the bull market started, right? Now we've only done one test to the bottom here. There's our only test to the bottom. You did it once, you did it twice. We've done it once. Where is the second test? And anybody who follows the one of the patterns of RSI is that RSI always likes to find a second lower test before you can confirm the bottom. And that was so true back in 2014. We did the same exact thing back here in 2014. We had a second confirmed test of the bottom before we had our bullish run. We have only had this one test right here where people are calling this the bottom. And I'm telling you, people, this is not the bottom. We still have one more test, right? And not only did this do one, this was not the test. This was the bottom. This was the test. So you had touch one, touch two, test one, bull run. Touch one, touch two, test one, bull run. We expect to see the same thing. So there was a pattern that played out. Okay? And I will mark hither for you this pattern. Touch number one. Number two. All right. Test number one. So then bull run. Okay, so that's how this played out. Touch number one, touch number two, which was capitulation, right? This equaled capitulation. There's one. Where is two? Touch number one, touch number two, all right, so we are looking for test number two. If this pattern does play out to just like it did back here in 2014, we're looking for a lower high here with lower high price action. Okay, we have a lower high with lower high price action the exact same way we had back here in 2014 November. If this does play out very similar, I would be looking and will be looking for baby bull Jesus to follow shortly thereafter. Now, this didn't take long from here to here. This only took a few months to find the true bottom with the capitulation. So I could expect this also to take 2 to 3 months to find the bottom once it does begin to fall out. Now, a complete trend change to a bull market would give me a fallout to the 200 MA and a bounce off the 200 MA. And at that time, I would say, okay, the 200 MA is going to be our test. And if we can hold the 200 MA on the weekly, that would then give me my, okay, holy cow, this bottom might just be in. But until I see that, we have not had a second test of the bottom yet. We need one more test before we can all say, okay, that's it. I agree, the bottom is in. Now, very similarly, we did the same exact thing on the 3-day also. So the 3-day did the exact same pattern we have right now. Take a look at the 3-day, came up, touching the top of the Bollinger Band. That Bollinger Band is trying to work as resistance. You see that it moving up. We just opened up a brand new, we have a brand new 3-day candle that we just opened up. And if you go back, you pull yourself all the way back here, and we go back and look and see what happened before before we fell out one more time, right? And let's get this out of here. You see that we came up, did the same thing. There it is right here, right? It's right there. Let me stretch this out a little bit, right? We did the same thing, higher high, lower high with lower price action. This one didn't touch. Neither one of these touched the top of the Bollinger Band. First one broke through the Bollinger Band. Second one is hugging the top of the Bollinger Band. This did happen over here on our retest though. So take a look. This is our actual retest. So this was our retest up here. Also, I want to point out 1, 2, retest. Touch 1, touch 2, retest. Okay? So touch 1, touch 2, which is capitulation. That was your retest. That was the bull market, right? And also, with that being said, the bull market crossed the 50 this 50 level, right? Once you got above the 50 level, that was really your kind of call for the bull action right there. Had a couple little breakouts during the bear market, but every time we broke out of the 50 on the bear market, it was quickly pulled right back down with major dumps, right? And I don't want to just say those weren't small. Those were all major dumps where the price action was pulled back down. So there's your 3-day. Your 3-day did something very similar. It rode it up together, and then it rolled over on it. Okay, there's that. Again, the similarities are, here you go. This is before we dumped over to Baby Bull Jesus. This is a higher run with lower price action. Okay, this is the higher run with lower price action. There's the first bull run, that first little bull run, right? So that would be test 1, little bull run right here, test 1, the little bull run right there. Then you get this little lower price action with higher MACD, and that's what we're putting in right here. Exactly what we put in back over here before the final capitulation drop for test number 2 and or capitulation. I still have that down here. There it is. I want to take a look at the 12-hour. I still think this looked like a massive head and shoulders pattern that's playing out. We're going to see your MACD on the 12-hour. Your histogram is actually rolling bearish. We really haven't had a true bearish dump here for quite a while. It's just been teasing. It's been teasing both ways, bull and bear. If anything, it's kind of, you know, you've had a long bullish trend right here on the 12-hour MACD. All right, still watching that play out. Nothing. I have this as a giant head and shoulders possible. If you've seen this, two things are prevalent on this chart. This chart gives you very specific top and bottom resistance areas, right? 39.68 right now is my top to hit this trend line that comes down, okay? Then your bottoms right now on the, if you're looking at this wedge, 35.85, 34.55 as they're moving along. So you've got this big wedge right here. There's the top and bottom of that wedge. This is a trend line that comes down right there. And then here is your macro wedge. And I'll show you how this plays out. I'll show you exactly how this baby plays out. Okay, there you go. Here's your trend lines. You have three technical trend lines from the top, right? Light blue, medium blue, and purple. So you've got all these trend lines, and you do have a pattern. You have this, is I call this T's 1, T's 2, but you get the wick over, and then a higher high, lower high, wick over, higher high, lower high, wick over, higher high, lower high. Now we got the wick, right? There's our wick. And then is this our higher high and our lower high? It is trying to, this is going to be a trend change. If this does break out of here, this would technically be a trend change breaking out of this area. And you can clearly see where your support and resistance zones are, and we're just kind of cruising sideways. You can see the sideways movement. There's nothing has been done here. This is the 12-hour chart. We've done nothing but move sideways here. Okay. There's your bullish, what I think is a big, big head and shoulders on the RSI. We will quickly see here. MACD bubble chart tells us nothing. The bubble chart just says we're just coming up into a resistance area. That is all. Yeah. Oh, actually, I want to see this. Nope, nothing. We just hit a heavy resistance area right there. Actually, I'm going to scoot this down. Nothing. Just, you know, you're trapped in an area of support and resistance. The monthlies are your white, the weeklies are your blue. Your 2018 trend line is now 41.20. Now this weekly is very interesting here. I'm stumped. Back in 2014 and 15, when you did have that test, so this is test 1, this is your capitulation dump, we never really put in this, but you can see we put in this initial pattern pulling up here. The initial pattern is the same, but this drop pattern, we're being held up here. We haven't had the drop pattern. Your bull, you know, there's nothing has changed on that. I want to take a look at the daily though. Where'd my daily go? Oh, there's my daily ADX. All right, the daily ADX has broken through the resistance level. This is the bull line. So the bull line has broken through the resistance level. The bear line is on the resistance level. And remember, this is still, until the blue line is below the orange line, this is still bullish, right? When the bulls are on the bottom side, when the orange line is on the bottom of both indicators, it is bullish. Nothing has changed here, but the trend bias right now is neutral to a little bearish on the daily. I mean, this thing has been moving down. Very interesting. Yeah, still neutral. WMA, nothing's changed. Baby Bull Jesus chart right here. Baby Bull Jesus is way down yonder. Way down here. And this is just absolutely crazy. What a run. What a huge run. Just a massive run right here with no run on the price action. I mean, we have pulled way, way, way back up. Right? We have pulled way, so far back up. It's just crazy. Nothing. This is your yellow line is your 128. So I do have the 128 on there. It shows you bullish and or bearish. Right? I mean, this thing is about to get up into the overheat. Look, you're back up into the heat, into the red area. Right? This thing is getting back up into the red area right here. A little bit higher and this thing will turn red. Right? Look, every time it turns red, it does signal that there's, you know, drops coming. Red, drop, red, drop, reds, drop. This red has called the tops pretty well, and we are really high. Really high. And nothing, sideways moving on the MVT. Now this chart right here is fucking giving me some serious headaches right here. Okay? Like, this thing is giving me some serious headaches right here. Yeah, I need to check the monthly Bollinger Band. I'll do that in just a second. So this right here is crazy. Longs and shorts are almost even. Longs RSI is just absolutely at all time. Did I have a chance to say all-time lows? Okay, you were in this wedge right here on the RSI for the shorts. It came out. It's trying to retest. This right here, honestly, has me a little... I don't know. Do people... I don't know. Okay, take a look. Last time here, look at this trend line. You get this pink trend line right here. Boom. Longs hit it. This is a low. You had a pump, right? This was a pump. This blue, the blue was a pump right here. There you go. This fell down, and then this blue is the price action. You had a huge pump. Longs went crazy, right? Look at the longs. They were all the way down here, all-time low. Crazy. You got a pump out of there. Second time you hit the trend line is right here. You hit the trend line right here for the longs again, right? But this time when you hit it, this was sideways and then it dumped, right? It was sideways and then it dumped right here. Now, the shorts were low. They were down in the same area relatively, but this, look at the shorts. They just died and died and died and died, and they kept going down. And nobody was ready for this fall. Everybody thought we were going to the moon here. All the TA gods were saying that the bottom is in, and then we really did go to the bottom, right? It was a huge dump, right? Huge dump. So this was sideways, then dump right here. Now we're coming back down to test this trend line again. Okay, we're testing the trend line, but look at the trend line for the bulls, the bears. The bears, the shorts were there, shorts were there, shorts were there. Every time these shorts got to this area, there was a dump right after it, right? Boom, dump, boom, dump, boom, right there. We had a dump, right? Now we haven't come back down in this area, but we are pretty low, right? I have to say this is... I just don't know. I've never seen the longs RSI, and I don't know, right? I wish I could tell you guys better. Hey, I mean, honestly, this there's two ways out of this. Just two ways out of this. Huge pump up, sky falls. That's it. There's only two ways out of this damn thing. Huge pump up or sky falls. Right? Longs RSI. right? I'm lost here. I really, really, really am lost. I just don't know. Look at how low this is right here. Absolutely unbelievable. I don't know, people. I just don't know. Right? I don't know. Sorry. Thanks, Beak. A lot of information on the chart. I know. I know. Hey, but it's helped me make a bunch of wins. You don't have to watch the videos. Plenty of other guys. You can go watch Hygen. Hygen has a bunch of really pretty charts. You guys can go watch Hygen charts. He does really good. He's made people a bunch of money. All right, so now over here, this is our 2014 to Baby Bull Jesus dump. And this is where we're at now. Okay, taking off all the notes. This histogram, seriously, is the absolute inverse of my married sex life, okay? This histogram is like you're single, you're 20, you're going out, you're scoring left and right, right? This histogram is your married life right here. This is your histogram for your married life. Okay, this is it. This is married life histogram. This is single histogram, okay? What the fuck? Look at this huge histo run. Huge. Did I say huge? Huge histo run. All right, look at this huge Stoke run. Huge. Seriously, if I pulled this baby out on my wife, shoo, man. Seriously, listen, story of my life, 2 inches too short to be a basketball player or a porn star. Okay, story of my life right there. Right, that's why I'm sitting here trading with all you people. You should feel sorry for me. But like this is huge, huge, huge. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. This to me, you can't run up this high. You just can't do it without expecting a fall back down, right? And you're running up like crazy on this histogram. You're running up like crazy on this Stoke. And the price action is not running up with you. Like if you were to just to get rid of the price action, I was only to give you this and this, right? This and this. That's all I showed you. If I just showed you this chart with these two indicators on here, right? This indicator and this indicator. Where would you think the price action's at right now? If I just showed you this chart, you'd think that we were literally on the way out of a full bear market right now, and the price has got to be at 5,000. If this is what I looked at, if I just looked at this, I would say the price has mooned. Right? If I just looked at that, I would say the price has mooned. I would say right now, you went from this. Look at how low this histogram was. You ran all the way up to this. I would be like, God damn, where is Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin has got to be at like, oh my God, what? 5,000? 8,000? 9,000? This is crazy. This is freaking crazy. Absolute crazy. Right? That's crazy. That's just not what's happening. I'm telling you, this thing is gonna this is the kind of shit that you look at and you go, it just doesn't look right. All right, let's get this shit over with. I'm almost done. I know you people got better things to do. Stoke, 1 day Stoke, 12-hour Stoke, 12-hour Stoke stomped. got its ass stomped, hit the roof again, hit the roof on the green line. Just that green line's at 88.548. The daily, you know, we put in a, oops, we're actually at a 6. So the daily's on a 6 right now. So we're on a 6 for the daily. Okay, I want to see how this baby plays out, but you know, you have had a new trend lately. I did post this new trend up. The new trend has been green 1, then a green 3, then a green 5, and then it's telling there's a dump coming, right? 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 5, dump, right? There's your 1, 2, 3, 5 dump, 1, 2, 3, 5 dump, 1, 2, 3, 5 move sideways dump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 called it dump, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this pattern is playing out with this brand new pattern. And if you guys were watching before, I had we were way down here, and I said this doesn't fall out from here. This thing goes higher. I just deleted this. If you go back there, you are a member. You can see where I did call that, right? Ched, when I open weekly. No idea. You have to share a chart. Share a chart, Burke. I think he called me Ched. Ouch. It's okay. I called Jonas Ched forever, dude. It was horrible. All right. So now, there's our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey. Oop. I'm going to do this. 1, 3, 5. Okay. Your ETH chart is sick. Yeah, seriously. All right, let's move down. I want to take a look at the 12-hour. Nothing. Nope, 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 nope. Still haven't broken bullish on this thing. Still neutral. High just means if we do fall out, we got a long way to go. And 200 MA and chalk and money flow. So last time back in history, before we did capitulate, this was capitulation right here. Now, we haven't hit that level yet, right? But we have broken out of the top of that level. So very interesting here. Comparisons to now and then. Very interesting comparisons to now and then. Very interesting. Yeah, right. I see it. I see it's falling. No big deal. Let's take a look here. Listen, I don't get excited till I see a real dump. I want to see a real dump. Till I see a real dump. Just fucking bots. That's all it is bots. Yeah, nope. Nothing changed. You know what? I do want to show you the Gap-O-Matic real quick. Let's take a look at the Gap-O-Matic. Gap-O-Matic filled on the 12-hour, daily. Check this shit out. Weekly. I mean, we have not filled this bad boy. Right? A long time. It's nice. Gap-O-Matic filled all time frames. All right, so on the Gap-O-Matic, right? On the Gap-O-Matic, when the Gap-O-Matic is filled, right? This is the first time we filled on a weekly here. Now it did fill here and here, filled both of them. You can see what the targets were, so it did fill both those. But on the weekly here, we're still in the bear market. This is all bear market-ish right here. I'll show you what indicator this is. Thanks to David Ward, the Phoenix ARI. There's your Phoenix ARI right there. Okay, on the weekly, still in the bearish market. Everything's still bearish. Top with another retest of a lower top. You know, listen, the one thing I always tell everybody, don't be afraid of the top. Don't be afraid of the bottoms. Be afraid of falling in the middle. So let's just, you know, this is the weekly. Let's take a look at the 3-day. All right, see how this fell in the middle. See how this fell in the middle. See how this fell in the middle. Like we've had a long reset. Look at this reset here on the 3-day. Right? Blue PA line. Huge reset on this. Right? This is at a massive reset. Once again, if you just showed me this indicator right here, I would say, wow, what is the price? 5,000, 6,000? What a huge retrace in price action that is, right? Because you can come over here, take a look. Look at this. You know, this little run right here. Huge price action. Look at this run right here. Huge price action. Look at this little run right here. Huge price action. You came over, remember I saw it's the middle. You got to be afraid of the middle. Okay? Got to be afraid of the middle. I mean, that is a long run back up right there. Yeah, your asses needs to be a fucking afraid. That's it. I'm out of here, people. I'm good for today. I'd like to say thank you all for being here. It has been a real pleasure. I will catch all of you on the flip side. Be safe, trade safe. We're from Trading Associates. This has been a lot of fun. I want to say thank you all for being here. I'm the Vamp. We're from Trading Associates, and I am out.